Just sit home and watch TV.
Nothing, rather just goof around.
That magazine called
Go to basketball games.
Talk on the phone a lot. Like a lot of them drink and stuff, but not on weekdays and stuff, only on weekends. That's when they mostly do it.
You see the kids hanging out in the park in the summertime, drinking away, and it's cool, you know, to them.
They had no place to go. There were various places they could go that they all gathered and either partied or, you know, stayed out all night and things like that. But the whole concept of this place was to be a center where the kids could come, where they could do homework, get supervised activities, where they could come and be with older people. And they'd come in and watch the movies, they'd come in and do their homework, or they'd come in and just hang around with each other. It was a lot of fun for them. Karate, well, this guy Les, he walked in one day and he has this little portfolio with him and he says, "My name is Leslie Harry and I'm a professional photographer from New York City and I'd like to offer my services here as a volunteer." And so he took some pictures the next day. But it was the next week that he came back, him and his girlfriend Liz, and he says that he was an instructor in karate in New York City. I guess he'd been training since he was 9 years old. Anyway, he asked us if we wanted to start a karate class for the kids. And I said, sure. And then his girlfriend says, well, she is also a professional dancer and she would like to teach dance to the girls. And I thought, oh wow, these people must be crazy or something.
Fighting stance. Hajime.
I guess karate is just a way to get the youth of the community interested in beginning to do something positive with themselves. One of the things, byproducts of the martial arts, learning them, is the ability to feel confident in defending oneself. That's very important. However, there's a lot of other things that also is a byproduct of it. Self-confidence is one, self-esteem, being proud of doing something. For instance, a front kick is rather simple when you look at it. However, it takes a lot of work to do it. 2 or 3 months down the road, when a student throws a front kick in a mirror at home and begins to feel proud of what he's accomplished, he's on the road to understanding that if you spend your time in a worthy cause, there are good things that come back from it. Hopefully that will lead on to better schoolwork, working hard in other sports, getting along with other kids. Also, when you begin to feel proud of what you're doing, you then no longer hopefully need to use drugs or alcohol, other things to make yourself forget about problems that you can't normally deal with.
I like karate because you get the self-defense and everything.
They're pretty aggressive. Your hand is getting blue, you know. You don't really know what to do. You can simply just take the first knuckle of your index finger, insert it to the back of the hand. The tapping is the signal that there is enough pain. The reason we tap instead of saying that's enough, occasionally you'll be in a chokehold or something and you won't really hear the person or you won't understand what they're saying. So this is number one. Everyone try it. Yes. Good. Very good. Number two, more or less the same thing, except this time you take the palm of your heel, or the heel of your palm, I should say, put it against their thumb and push down. Number three is difficult unless you have the technique down.
I do.
Okay? Basically, you step into a horse stance and you do this. However, it's a very dangerous move because your back is to your opponent. So what we do is we pull them off balance a little bit. Once they're there, you're in a deep horse stance, you can apply pressure. There is an inherent danger that the techniques one teaches a student without teaching them the proper morals behind it is that they will go out and settle scores with people. Sleepy Eye, for instance, was getting really frustrated that I would not allow him to use these techniques on people, and he was being harassed in the school bus every day. And I told him that he's just going to have to cope with that in other ways. A few weeks later, he entered the Niagara Nationals tournament.
Well, the first one, I was really nervous because the guy was way taller than me, and But then I remembered everything, like what lessons I told me to think about, like he told me to think of a tiger, like pretend you're the tiger and you're ready to pounce on somebody. And it was weird. Then I just thought of it and I just pictured myself doing that. So I forgot about how tall he was and stuff, and I just went in after him really fast and stuff.
His next match, they were tied 2 points each. There was sudden death. Sleepy Eye ended up getting kicked in the chin, which was a no-no.
And I fell down and I could feel myself starting to black out and pass out. And I could see, I could hear and see and all these people around me, but all I noticed was Les. And he goes, because he taught us how to breathe and stuff. And he told me to breathe, and I was breathing, I could feel, and I was coming out of it. It was weird. When I got at the hospital, I found out that I won first prize.
Took first place after 14 lessons. We were all very proud of him. And now that person who used to pick on him is actually one of his best buddies.
It's a drug and alcohol prevention thing that we're doing, and my thing is, you can tell them not to, you can just say no, but you got to give them something to look forward to, not just say no and go to school and read, which is fine, but you got to give them somewhere where they can get their balance in life. With dancing, it's good coordination. You get confidence within yourself, confidence in your body movement, and it lets off some anxiety if they're carrying some. Don't push them into Chicago, okay? It's a light push like this. It's not even a push. It's just kind of a small rejection.
She taught us how to twirl around and the right way and stuff,
I recommend it for anybody because it's a lot of good exercise and stay fit and everything. Learning a lot of new stuff and new ways to stretch because I'm gaining weight usually. And to be more open with yourself because teach you how to be open.
When I first came in here, it was pretty rough trying to break the ice with them. But now, I'm one of them. I can come down to a 16-year-old's level and become a 16-year-old, so that makes them feel comfortable as well.
She's a very fun person. I like her a lot. And she's funny. She's not only the dance teacher, she's a friend and stuff.
And we've seen a lot of friendships formed between Indian and non-Indian, little kids, big kids. They're friends, and that never would have happened without this class.
You should try it. It's fun, and it gives you something to do on Mondays and Thursdays, instead of just sitting home.
It helped build your self-esteem, make you feel better, that you accomplish things.
The people that teach it are really friendly, and they're fun to be with.
The long-term thing that we want to do with the dance and the martial arts is to basically show productivity in a person's life, showing the community that if a person spends their time in a worthy cause, they become a better person for it. They learn a better set of values, and hopefully that will lead on to better things in their lives.
But there is definitely friendship there, and that's great. That's something I never expected would come out of this, but it's there, and it's just another benefit from the program.